compassion whenever I'm around, if I can do that, because you never know. Well, I know now when I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, God placed me right there. So you're gonna flash back at some point knowing that, okay, you ain't gonna be able to keep doing this your whole life. At some point the wickedness is gonna end. Just where you gonna be at when it ends. But during the time, you're gonna always do something, whether you want to do it or not, if God has chosen you. Other than that, you just bait for the devil. You go do whatever. And, you know, you're gonna have to really call out for God. He gonna have to really know he's serious, really know you serious, then he might intervene or something like that. But for the most part, people, they really don't care. Thank you for tuning in to the Dr. Crip Show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. Once again, we was answering a comment or question, which was a good question, I think. She's it's sexy blue, um, 40. What is that? 40, 45, 47. Sexy blue 45, 47. Um, she had a good question. Her question basically was, do Crips show compassion in the community, like other people hurt and stuff like that, and that's a good question, you know because on when I was in my sickness, that's how I know that I'm ordained by God, because everything I do, he always a part of, whether I knew it or not. you know uh when I guess I have to say, that old saying, like, you just can't say anything at any time. I guess you can when you ordain or you really in the favor of God, or your luck is just that good. Um, because it brings me to a story when I was in my sickness. And when I was in my sickness, this is you trying to manage in your sickness, and you really don't know. Once again, your sickness and game banging is the evil stuff that you're doing, the wicked stuff that you're doing. All that is unhealthy for you, because where it's going to lead to is either going to lead to death or prison. And don't matter how much money you got, don't no matter what's happening. You feel me? If you're not acquainted with a higher spiritual being, you're not going to get through. You can believe that. Yeah, I'm talking to you. hmm You could believe whatever you want to believe, but you rather have God controlling everything than playing with the with the boy, you know. And it brings me to a story. Uh, when you talk about compassion and saying anything at any given time. This day, I'm on my way to the park. Nothing usual. Nothing unusual. I'm on my way up to Jo, and on my way up to Jo, I run into a couple of things. See, if one little thing go out of place in this scenario, it can cause a fraction of a second too late, a minute, or whatever the case may be. You know, everything is entwined with God's time and His plan of when the situation happens. So I'm on my way to the hood as usual, cutting through some back streets, doing whatever, trying to, making my way back. But guess what I see? I see somebody that hold me up 5 minutes, you know? Boom. Okay. I finished dealing with them, back on my route, going back to the park, get held up again. Now, each of these situations that's stopping me don't have nothing to do with me. I'm being flagged or seen. And the reaction of the person is, you know, can you help me? So it's taking up time. So That slows me down about another 10, 15 minutes. Finally, I'm on my way to the park. Get to the red light. Guess what? It's an accident. All this stuff is precise with God. Just for you. Just for this person that I'm finna deal with, and just for me. It's precise with God. It's on his time. Accident, I'm at the light. I got to go around and make it through this. This is slowing me down 10 and 15 minutes because it's jam packed. I can't get over to the right. I ain't trying to go left. You know, it's just, just that ordinary LA, nothing unusual. Traffic accident at the light. So I get around. That takes me about another 15, 20 minutes. When I finally make it to the park, whatever time that was, that 10 minutes or whatever it is, it take me to get to the park from the accident. Now I'm in the park. I pull in, I park, I jump out. It's a beautiful day. We're having the concerts in the park. We used to have concerts in the park all the time on the field out there. And it's you can hear they got the stage where people are talking, speaking music. It's a nice crowd out here. The homies are out here. They out here kind of deep today. They done brought out a few people that been missing, that want to redeem themselves and all that. So the atmosphere is intense with the homies already. So I holler at people and I make my way to the field. Now, when the host that's on the stage introducing people, getting up there, letting them talk, whatever they saying, who they are, what they got going on or whatever, here comes this guy. He gets up on there and the host says, sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay, but we have one more speaker. He want to let you know this guy is in the music and all this other stuff. I just hear that. I'm talking to the homie saying, what's up, like anybody else, but you can hear what's coming out these speakers. Everybody can. So this guy gets up on the stage and he says, he want to thank God, and and at this point he want to do a testimony and all this other type of stuff. So he start praying and he do whatever in the crowd. Thank you, brother. It's okay. Yeah. Woo. He delivered me from the stuff, all kind of streets, everything. So it's not much that people ain't tripping. The homies, as far as the homies, they not focused in on what he's saying, praying and all that, So he gets to the part where he start talking after he say his little prayer. He said, man, I just want to thank such as the people hosting, whatever. He said, man, I remember I couldn't even come up to this park. And I always used to want to come up to this park, but because of where I was from and this and that, I couldn't come up to the park. So now you didn't did one thing. You didn't got these little vultures curious as to why you couldn't come up here and where you from no more. This man say, yeah, I used to be from Inglewood Families. It's a gang right down the street, this and that. And, I want to thank the Lord that I can come up here today and this and that. So now he didn't shock the whole park. I think some of the civilians up there was like, wait a minute, Inglewood, I don't think you're supposed to say that up here. Like, that ain't cool. Like, the whole park is shocked. So now I can see the homies is looking like vultures, like they really ready to assault this dude. You feel me? But I guess when you really with God, you didn't do what you can do that because God got my goofy. He got one of his protectors in there. Me, unknowingly. The goofy that was about to save this dude. because everybody is looking. They didn't touch each other. And like, did you hear what he said about, like, like, they don't care about you not being from Inglewood family no more. The fact that you said Inglewood family in this park, that's the problem. So now this guy got a problem. So when he finished, he gets off the stage. I'm like, something is telling me, am I supposed to be doing something right now? What is going on? Like, I'm a little older. I'm older than this guy by the looks. And I could tell I'm a little bit older than this dude. I could feel it. And because at that time, he just, maybe he just might be in his mid 30s or something like that, And I could be in my late 30s, in the early 40s or something like that. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, something is telling me, nut, go over there. The sickness. See, this is me managing my sickness. See, now I'm drinking green juices and all that unwillingly, and but I'm doing it. This is, you drink the good health juices and all this. You're eating right foods, managing your sickness. But I'm doing it unknowingly when you mad, like, man, I gotta take these pills. Doctor said I gotta take these pills. Yeah, they for you though. You mad, but you gotta take these pills and all this. This is what I'm doing, and I'm like, man. So I get over there because the situation when he coming off the stage, he's standing by the side of the stage. The two people that's behind him are not good, and the two people to the right are not good. They just waiting for the right opportunity to say something, do something to him, or whatever the case may be. So I got to get over here, and I'm moving slow, but I'm moving. So I finally make it over there. And why this guy look at me? I'm like, do he know something that I don't know? Other than you finna get assaulted? And he look at me. And when he locked, that's God. That's his union. And locking, I'm looking and I'm like, and he walk up on me, he like, what's up, brother? How you doing? I'm like, man, why you say that? He like, man, because, man, I was giving a testimony. I said, man, that's not the point, bro. You can't just say what you want. He like, yeah, I can. I just have to deal with the consequences. But that's how I felt, man. I'm from Inglewood family, but I don't do that no more, man. But I'm still somebody over there. And now you saying all that, you somebody, but you ain't with it no more. But what are you doing? He like, man, I work in music and all this other type of stuff. So I'm like, bro, you killing me, homie. I'm like, have you peeped the scene? He like, I already know people upset. But I'm like, really, did you really peep the scene? Now when he start focusing in on it, he like, okay. He's seeing like, yeah, okay. I see them dudes is ready to eat. Like, yeah, man, they ready to eat. So I'm like, man, what's happening with you? Why you? He said, man, look, check this out, homie. My name is Rolex or Joker or Romeo. Something I can't remember, but it's one of them three: Rolex, Romeo, or Joker. He said, man, and I'm this and that, and I'm in the studio. I make gospel music and I do all kind of stuff, and I'm like, man, all that is cool, man, but you can't be doing that up here. Like I said, man, you can't just go around and doing that to people like that, because everybody don't understand. These dudes up here don't understand, So they see me over there talking to so now the whole hood know I'm over there talking to them. So I said, man, look, what you finna do? He said, well, I was finna hang around and walk around and talk. I said, man, don't do that. I said, could you do me this favor since you did all that? Won't you just leave now? Like, But don't leave like that. Just handle your business, talk to whoever you need to talk to, because now I think the host, a couple other people that, that's hosting the thing, I think they starting to understand what's going on. Like, because I'm looking, I see her, and she like, are you saving him or are you setting him up for the kill? And I put my hand on his shoulder and then I said, man, look, homie, it's all good, man, but you can't do that up here like that, man. So just go ahead, say goodbye to the people, go get your food, and then just go ahead and go to the car, man, because people not going to be tripping, because now that I'm talking to you, and if they do something, because these dudes might want to rob you. I don't know what they want to do to you. He was like, man, he said, man, I got you. He said, man, I'm going to make sure nothing don't happen to you. I could do that. I said, man, see, everybody going to say that, bro. I don't, come on, man. He said, man, give me your number. I gave the dude my number. He said, man, I'm hushed enough from now on, man. That's who I am. And he said, put me in your phone. Romeo, Rolex, or Joker. One of those names. And I was like, he said, man, I'm somebody, homie. I got juice, homie. I'm really the man. I'm really, woo woo. So I was like, yeah. I said, okay, maybe, hopefully one day, but I don't want to find out, whatever. He said, man, you never know, man. You might need to call my number and then we can hang out and do something, man. And, do something, because you seem like you more than this part. That's what he told me. He said, man, it seemed like you more than just this part, the way that you talking to me, And I was like, you never know. Boom. So he did his thing. He leave. He make it up out of there. He get to the car, the whole nine. Nobody is only following. Well, maybe the girls. Some of them scandalous women is always trying to do something. They was the ones following him, but they didn't know how to act on it. And I think a homie was probably keeping them back. So I had a little godly helper out there too. So he finally made it to his car and he got up out of there. Boom. So life goes on. One day, the homegirl, she want to go to the beach for her birthday, or I don't know what it is. Or we were just going out there. I believe it was one of the homegirls' birthday. So we went out there, and we out there on Imperial, on the only part on that hill to where you can park, where you used to park, and you can go in that little side park area, little grass field, and it had some tables or something out there too, right off the coast. Imperial Coast Highway or whatever that is out there, Pacific Coast Highway, right off the highway. When you go straight down Imperial, make the right. You feel me? And you drive so far, on that right, it's a hill right there, picnic area. You know what it is. But we in that area today, the 9-0s, and we about 20, 25 deep, about 25 of us. A nice, beautiful day. Everybody, all kind of people out here. I don't know if anybody else start noticing, but I start seeing a lot of red. Now, this may be about 6 months to a year after that incident with Romeo, Roller, a Joker. I can't tell you when. I give it a year. But as we sitting in this picnic area now, I start seeing a lot of people on the beach down there, like a lot of red. I see like a lot of red. I'm like, whoo, that's a lot of red. What they doing? But it's about, 15 of them or something, But we can handle that. Who I got up here with me? Oh, yeah, I got some squabblers up here with me if something was to go wrong. This, you in your sickness. So, you got to get, this is what it is. It's real sick right now. So we don't know what's going to happen. But we just looking. They ain't paying. They not, they see us, I believe, but I don't think they paying attention. I don't know. I can't tell. But as time goes on, and when I mean time, I think about 30, 40 seconds. that 15 turned into 25. And then 25 turned into about 50. And I said, well, do anybody else see this? When I turned and looked, I think everybody else seen it too and was like, oh man, what is this? What is going on? Do they see us up here? And I'm like, well, I think they do now because a lot of them looking up here. So we like, so what we gonna do? Like, man, we stand for, because we 9-0. We can't run. We can't do none of that. We here. Whatever happened, everybody got to fight right now. Homegirls and everybody. So the crowd gets a little bit bigger. So now the 50 then turned into about, man, 75. What is it? Blood Day? I don't see that. I don't remember it being Blood Day. I don't. Now it's a car passed by, a few cars, and it's a lowrider with the bandana, because the Bloods is, I think they do that more than the Crips. The Crips don't do it, they do it, but the Bloods, they known for having that big red, that how they make that big red rag when you driving and be going like a flag, like a real, they do that real good. That's they say. They good at doing them. One of them go by and I said, oh Jesus, it's about to be a problem. It's going down. A couple of them start walking by now. They walking on the sidewalk and everything in front of us right there, So we like, oh, okay. So, we grouping up, let's forget all this picnic stuff. We ain't taking none of that with us. We leave, we about to leave all food and whatever we got, all that, it's finna be squabbling and to get up out of here, basically. So while we sitting there, I'm like, Rolex. Because somebody said, damn, man, we need a blood savior or something. And I say, oh, what's that dude? Rolex, Romeo Joker. And I start going through my phone, like, did I store it? And I get to it. I find it. And I call the number. And he like, hey, what's up, homie? Long time, man. Woo, I was telling my partner about that incident, man, about a week ago. And I said, man, look, check this out, homie. Today is the day for payday, homie. Are you really who you are? He said, yeah. I said, well, look, check this out. Me and the homies, we about 25 deep over here off Imperial. And your homies is out here at the beach super deep. And he tell me what it is. He say, oh, yeah, it's some type of blood nation or something, something they got going on, some type of big blood thing. He like, yeah, that's what they do. He said, homie, they out there deep. I ain't gonna lie. He said, man, there's probably about 300 Bloods out there. I said, what? I said, man, we didn't see it. I said, yeah, it's finna go down. So just let them know, that 9-0s don't care. We're about to handle our business. Whatever's finna happen, it's finna happen. So I say, man, he said, man, listen, check this out, homie. I told you who I was. I'm about to make a call right now and tell the homies, because the homies that know what happened in that park, they know what's up. And I'm about to call right now. So I was like, all right, for sure. I hung the phone up. He called me back like 15 minutes later. About 10 minutes, he called me back like 10 minutes or something. And he say, hey, homie, y'all stay right there. Y'all ain't got to go nowhere. Ain't nobody finna touch y'all, do nothing to y'all or nothing. They not even, if they ain't got to walk and do all that by y'all no more, they ain't finna do none of that. They finna do what they do. Y'all do what y'all do. I said, man, I can't believe that. He said, bro, I'm telling you, homie, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. What you did for me, woo, that's God, homie. And I was like, yeah. He like, yeah, that's God, homie. I'm telling you right now, y'all enjoy yourself. Y'all not doing nothing. I said, man, look, what kind of blood? He said, man, it's all the Bloods, everybody from everywhere. I said, man, can't nobody tell the Inglewood families nothing. He said, man, I just did. So I said, I relayed the message to the homies, like, what y'all want to do? The homie said, yeah, we stand. And we sat back down, ate our food, kicked it, hung out, jumped in our cars and left. Nothing never happened to us. And it was 300 plus bloods on that beach across from us all over there because we seen them a whole time while we was out there. And we like, Jesus. That's the power of God when you don't know that you being used by God. Yeah, that's real business. Shout out to Romeo Rolex, the Joker, with the studio. Hit me up, homie. You know what time it is. You feel me? Use this to your advantage, man. This is Dr. Crip, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. Don't underestimate the power, man, of what God can do. You feel me? Don't underestimate.